Well, we can record this bit. These questions shouldn't be too hard. So, guys, can we listen, please? So we've got 4x minus 1 equals 7. So we're going to do the one on the left-hand side first. What's the first thing we want to try and get rid of?
The 1.
Why do we want to get rid of the 1 first?
Plus 1 on each side because it's like so easy.
Yeah, because we do the opposite of bed mass. So if we think about bed mass, hopefully you guys learned it as bed mass. There's lots of different options.
Brackets, exponents, division,
Yeah.
multiplication, addition,
So normally if we were, I suppose, solving an equation, or if we were adding things and subtracting and timesing things, we'd follow bed mass. But because we need to solve for x in this case, we need to go backwards. So we need to use or do subtraction and addition first. So in this case, we've got the minus 1. How are we going to get rid of that?
Plus 1.
So we're going to plus 1 on each side, something like that. Yeah? Why do we plus 1 on each side?
Because what you did on one side, you have to do the other side.
True. And cancels it out. Perfect. Together, you guys make a great team. Because negative 1 plus 1 is 0, so that cancels out. So we are then left with
4x equals 8.
equals 8. Beautiful. Now that 4x, when they're right next to each other, what does that mean? They're times. So what's the... Yeah, opposite to times is divide. You guys have certainly got this. So divided by 4, we can write it like this, because that's what divide means. Knowing the fraction stuff we just did in the last topic, we can cancel the 4's, can't we? And x is equal to 8 over 4, which we can say is equal to 2 over 1, which is equal to 2. Beautiful. Is that okay? What was that? All good? All right. Do we want to have a look at the next one? Guys, I would suggest writing these down unless you 100% know them and know you're going to get an A in this part of the common test.
That's as me.
Where's the contest?
Miss, are you going to give us revision?
Yeah. We'll start revision tomorrow.
Where's the contest?
Next Tuesday. Yes, this can go on day math. Okay, so 5 minus 3x equals 6. What's the first thing we're going to do?
Minus 5.
Yeah, we're going to minus 5 and minus 5.
Negative.
Yep. Now it is minus 5 in this case because the 5 is positive, right?
Yeah.
There's no negative in front of it, so it's positive. So we need to do a minus 5. What are we left with?
Negative 3x.
Equals 1.
Equals 1. We're happy with that?
And then we have a negative 3.
Yep. So in this case, are we going to divide by 3 or negative 3? Negative 3. So then we can cancel these. And we're left with x is equal to 1 over negative 3. Could we write that in any other way?
Just leave it like that.
Yep. Guys, just so you're aware, it doesn't matter where your negative is in this case, because there's only 1. The whole fraction is negative, so you could put it out the front. So you go 1 over 3 with a negative out the front. They are the same thing. Yeah?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because if you've got one part of your fraction is negative, it makes the whole fraction negative. So it doesn't matter whether you've got the negative sign on the bottom, the top, or out the front. Normally we put them out the front. Okay? Alright guys, here's a few different ones. Now guys, I'm expecting you all to write down, Ilya, can we write down all these examples please, because they're a little bit different. So Henry, book out. Jack, book open. Lockie.
I'm doing it on my computer.
Okay, I believe that's quite hard to do when you can just write it in your book. Alright, in this case we've got x over 5 minus 3 equals negative 1. So what's the first thing we're going to do on that left-hand side equation? I like what Ashley had to say, which was plus 3. Spot on. So we're going to plus 3 to both sides. Okay?
Yeah, where do you get plus 3?
Because it's negative 3.
Does that make plus 2?
Yes, it will.
That equals 0.
So guys, because it's negative 3 here, we need to plus 3 to make it to 0. So they will cancel each other out because negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 0.
X over 5 equals 2.
And we'll be left with x over 5 is equal to 2. Correct, Lockie? Because negative 1 plus 3 is 2. Awesome. Now, what are we going to do in this scenario? We are going to multiply. Perfect. This is good. Because x is now divided by 5, the opposite to division is multiply. So we're going to multiply by 5 on both sides. Now, if I write this out slightly differently on the next line, 5 times x can be written as 5x on 5, can't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's 2 times 5 in this case?
10.
10, but I'll leave it like that.
So it's just x.
Now we can cancel these out. So then x is equal to 10. Yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Henry, write it down, follow along as we go.
I'm trying to follow, but I can't follow.
What's
So-
it called? Writing it down.
I need you to be listening as well.
Easy stuff.
Alright guys, are you ready to look at the next one?
Yep.
Okay, so in this case, we've got something slightly different here. We've got some brackets with a fraction out the front, or a number out the front.
Does that mean you would expand it?
You could expand it. It would take you more steps to do, but you could do it. The quickest way is trying to get rid of this fraction here. We want to try and get rid of that. So if that is saying 1 divided by 5, sorry, we're going to times by 5. So we go 5 times on this side, times 5 here. So that's going to leave us with 5 over 5. Lockie,
Yo.
come on. So we okay with that bit there?
Then you cancel that with fractions.
Yep, so these will cancel. And what's 5 over 5? That's just equal to 1, isn't it? So now we're left with, Lockie, shh, people are trying to listen. Come on. So we're left with x minus 3 is equal to negative 5. Okay? Now we don't need the brackets anymore because we've got rid of this part at the front. Okay? Because there's nothing now, no longer at the front, because the 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. So because there's nothing more at the front, we can get rid of the brackets. And what's
Now
the...
we do plus 2.
Yep. Or what are we going to take from this side? Plus 3, plus 3. These will cancel each other out. And you'll be left with x is equal to negative 2, because you're at negative 5, add 3. Lockie,
Yes.
Hayden, stop chatting.
We were just learning.
All right. Is that okay? All right, guys, if you saw... All right, so this one looks a little bit more complicated. We've got a couple of x's, we've got some brackets. What do you reckon is going to be the easiest thing to do in this case?
Get rid of the
Get rid of the 3 and the negative 2?
We could do that,
Or just expand it?
or we could expand it. In this case, because there's multiple brackets, I would think honestly probably expanding is the easiest thing, and then we can collect like terms.
Okay.
So if we expand, which hopefully most of us kind of remember, we've got to do the 3 by the 2x. What's 3 times 2x? 6x, good. What's 3 times negative 5?
Negative 15.
Perfect.
Negative 15.
I didn't write that very well, did I?
Good one.
Negative 15. I am. Okay, guys, you got to be careful with the next lot because you've got this negative 2. It's not just 2, it's negative 2. So what's negative 2 times x?
Negative 2x.
Negative 2x. And what's negative 2 times negative 1?
Positive 3.
Negative 2 times negative 1.
Negative 3. Wait, hold on.
So negative 2 times negative 1 plus 2, because you've got 2 negatives. So negative 2 times negative 1 is plus 2. And this is equal to 3. Now, guys, do you understand what it means when I say collect like terms?
Yes.
Yeah?
So 2x and 6.
Yep, so our 6x minus 2x. So what's 6x minus 2x? Perfect, so 4x. And I'm going to switch colours so we're all colour coordinated here. And what's negative 15 plus 2? Negative 13. Good. And then we can say equals 3. All right. So the 4x comes from the 6x minus 2x, gives us 4x. And the negative 15 plus 2 gives us the negative 13. Because we're at negative 15, we're going to add 2 to that, gives us negative 13. Okay? All right. What are we going to try and get rid of now? 13. So we're going to add 13 and add 13. So these will cancel each other out. And we'll be left with 4x is equal to, what's 3 plus 13? 16.
X equals 4.
Perfect. And how did you get that, Izzy?
4 times 4 is 16.
Sorry?
4 times 4 is 16.
Yep, that's perfect. What else could we do here to show it algebraically? Yep, divide by 4 here. Divide by 4. These will cancel. Lucky. X equals 4. Are you writing these down?
No, I'm busy.
Come on. Okay, what do we do when we've got x's on either side of the equal sign?
Have x's to one side.
Yeah, so in these scenarios we've got x's on either side of the equal sign. We want to make sure the equals are on the same, the x's are on the same side and the numbers are on the same side. So if we look at the one on the left, what's
exactly? You do.
normally you try and it honestly doesn't matter. Normally you try and get your x's onto the left hand side if you can, but it doesn't matter. All right. So in this case, what are we going to do with that 2x?
Y to
You're right, Izzy. So we're going to minus 2x on this side and minus 2x on this side. So that's going to leave us with 3x minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 6. Is that okay? Because we've kind of got rid of the minus 2x on the right hand side.
You need to put the minus 4 on the other side.
Yep, we can put the minus 4 on the other side.
So plus 4.
So plus 4 here,
Make it 10.
plus 4 here. So these will cancel out. And you'll be left with 3x minus 2x is equal to 10.
X equals to 10.
And yeah, what's 3x minus 2x?
X.
So x is equal to 10, as you said. Perfect. Now, what we did, if we step back to the start, here are just a couple of questions. We do the minus 2x up the top here because we've got positive 2x here. And we want to get rid of that on that side so we can take it to the other side. So because we've got positive 2x, we minus 2x on both sides because that will cancel these 2x's out here. Okay? Because we just haven't combined it together there. So you could say 3x minus 2x. You could put that was x straight away if you wanted to.
Why did it go onto that side then?
Because we want to get all the x's onto one side and all the numbers on the other side.
Why does taking it away mean it goes onto the other side?
Because whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other.
But if it wasn't there, why is it there now?
Because we want to get rid of the 2x on the right hand side. So to do that, we need to minus 2x. Whatever we do on one side, we must do to the other. So it's the same as if we're doing minus 2, minus 2.
So how come it just adds it onto the other side?
Same as if we were doing just numbers. See how if we got minus 4, we want to add 4? We need to add it to both sides to balance the equation.
Okay.
So it doesn't change it.
Pops out as soon as you do that.
Yeah. So I just put it on above here.
Alright.
You could have done it over here if you wanted to.
So Jack.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, last one. Are we ready to do the last one? Yeah.
How does it go from 3x to 2x?
Is it 3x?
And how do you know that it's just 10? How do you know
Because 3x
Okay.
minus 2x is 1.
Yeah, because if you've got 3x and you're going to take 2x away, you're just left with x.
Oh, so you could have, instead of putting it in there, you could have just done 1x straight away.
Yep, so guys, if you want to see another way we could do it, because I think I see where the confusion's coming.
Oh no, that can't be right.
So here, if we've done the minus 2x on this side, and we've got minus 2x on this side, 3x minus 2x, we could just say is x minus 4 is equal to 6. Does that help if it's just straight to that line?
Yes.
Yep. And then you go plus 4, plus 4. They will cancel, and you'll be left with x is equal to 10.
Yeah, that's much easier.
Perfect. Sorry, I confused you guys.
What about this next one, miss?
All right, what do you reckon you do in this case?
expand the brackets?
Do the brackets.
Yeah, we could expand the brackets. If you guys like to expand, we can expand the brackets. Let's do it that way.
Yeah, we need to know.
Well, what's the fastest way?
Get everything.
Either way, I can show you both ways.
Minus 4 and plus 3 and then just do.
Yeah, I can show you each way, either way if you like.
Do the fast way.
I don't really know which way is the fast way. It's probably dependent on you. In the question earlier, the fastest way was to get rid of that fraction out the front of the brackets. So in this case, do you want to expand first or not expand?
Not expand.
Okay, so if we're not expanding, the first thing we want to get rid of is this 4. So let's go minus 4. So they'll cancel and you get minus 4 here. And you're left with negative 3, 2 plus x equals x minus 4. To be honest, I think probably expanding is going to be your easiest.
Could have you just done?
In those.
Could have you just done minus 3, which is 1?
Because the 3 is attached to the brackets. Guys, looking at it, the easiest way is going to be to expand, because if you try and take that negative 3 or divide by negative 3, you're going to end up with a fraction on the other side, which is going to be harder. So if we expand here, what's negative 3 times 2?
Minus 6.
Perfect. What's negative 3 times x?
Minus 3x.
Perfect. And we're equal to x minus 4. We okay with that? Yep. Now, what do you want to get rid of first?
The 6.
The 6. So we're going to add 6 on this side because it's a negative 6 here. So they will cancel. So we'll add 6 on this side. And we're left with negative 3x is equal to x plus 2. It's good. All right. What do you reckon our next step is?
We minus the x.
Yeah, we minus the x because we want to get it to the other side.
Make it like not x.
Not x. So what's minus 3x minus x?
2x. Negative 2x.
Minus 2x.
Minus 4x maybe?
No.
Yeah.
Minus 2x.
Yeah, because you're at negative 3x and you're going to take another x away. You're going to get to minus 4x. And we're just left with the 2. And what are we going to divide by in this case? 4 or negative 4? Negative 4? So then these will cancel. And you'll be left with x is equal to 2 over negative 4. Can we simplify that?
Negative 8.
X equals 1 over negative 2.
Yeah, 1 over, let me put the negative back where it was so it's consistent. 1 over negative 2. Because 2 goes into 2 once and 2 goes into 4 or negative 4 twice. And then you can put the negative at the front if you wanted to. Okay? So time to do some practice. If you're feeling unsure, I'm more than happy to go through with some with you.